In this video, we're going to cover the optional module, artwork proofing module for Siteline for label tracks. So just want to start with, it's really easy to use for your customers and for your customer service people and your pre-press people. Our goal is so that customers will have one login to do everything with you. So they'll log into Siteline for label tracks, they can check order history, they can check order status, they can see all the products that you print for them, they can place reorders, they can collaborate on new projects. Those have all been in Siteline for label tracks for years, and now they can approve artwork. Everything about Siteline for label tracks has been optimized for mobile. More than half of all internet access is coming from mobile devices, and so you shouldn't be surprised when that customers are using their mobile device to approve their artwork, and attaching PDFs to email is not ideal for a mobile experience. So the Siteline for label tracks customer engagement platform, this has been our vision all along, is that we would build the foundation of just giving customers access to order history and order status, because everybody who does business today in 2020 is expecting to be able to look up orders they've placed in the past. And so the important part about Siteline for label tracks, it's not order history of what you've placed through Siteline, it's order history from label tracks, so we can go back as far as 2 years for a customer. The customer access to all their labels with visuals, so the images and all the custom product data and stock product data coming from label tracks. Self-service reordering, because 85% of the labels and packaging space is reordering, so the customer should be able to place easy reorders online. Collaboration on new projects, so when the customer has a brand new product they're putting out and they need to collaborate with you on stock constructions and dies and things like that, we give you a tool for you to go back and forth, get agreement on estimates, get agreement on orders. And then this module, this is where it fits in, the artwork proofing and approvals module, again, so that the customer logs into one place. Just to give you a little peek into the future, in Q4 2020, we're working on the ability for your customers to come into Siteline and pay invoices via ACH or credit card securely. And then in 2021, we're going to build in a whole tool set for your sales team to manage prospects, to get agreements on estimates very quickly, because estimating is a race and the first one in usually wins. Track existing account activity and performance. So all of this will be done from one platform that's tightly integrated to label tracks. So before I go through the demo of how the customer will approve artwork on Siteline, I'm just going to tell you about the approval process. So the approval process for Siteline starts with a job ticket in label tracks, where there's custom products on that job ticket that need artwork approval. Prepress does their magic, creates the proof files. For Siteline, your proof file does not include a proofing block. It does not include anything but the image, where we require a JPEG image, which will give you exact specs of what we suggest. And then optionally, if you license the premium proofing module, we also want you to upload a PDF make a PDF accessible to Siteline. So the proof files are placed in the correct folders on the label tracks API server. So those can either be done automatically or programmatically if you have ESCO or hybrid pre-press automation engines, or manually if you don't. The CSR previews the artwork proof to make sure it looks good, and then sends an email request out to the customer. The customer clicks on a link in the email, and they can review all the artwork they've been asked to approve, and they can either approve it or request changes. And then this system stays open and has a full audit log. So whenever there's any questions about what happened during a proofing event, you and your customer can go back and track what happened during that proofing event. So we'll show you all of that. So we're going to show you the customer's experience of artwork proofing in Siteline for label tracks. So this is a customer. They just got an email from a demo printer that says, hey, you have a proof that we want you to approve. So the idea of the email is just to alert the customer. So they're sitting there at a stoplight and their phone, they check their email, and all they got to do is click on this link, and it brings them in to Siteline. So if they're already logged on their phone, if they're not logged in, it would have asked them to log in. So over here we have approve artwork, And this little indicator will tell the customer, Julie, how many artwork approvals are pending for her. This is a demo site, so we're doing a lot of artwork approvals that aren't getting approved. So I'm going to just click on this first one. And what it does is it brings up the image of the artwork that needs to be approved. It brings up some standard configurable legalese down here at the bottom. And then it brings up all the information about this artwork from LabelTrack, so the custom product record. So the size, the colors, the stock, and the finishing can be seen down here. So I'm going to zoom into this, and I'm looking at it, and I realize, oh, we're gonna get rid of that icon, and so there needs to be a change. So I'm the customer. I look and I go, I'm going to look at the layers too. This is a very complicated label, and I want to look at it with or without the different layers, because I have a hot foil on top of it, and I want to make sure they got that right. So what this does is it peers into the PDF that was made available, and it maintains the layers of that PDF so that the customer can view layers, the visibility of layers on and off. And the visibility of layers then helps the customer be a better proofer. So I turn the hot foil layer off, or I turn the die line layer off. Same thing with colors. They can turn those colors on or off. You can configure whether you give the customer the ability to print or download from here. So that looks good. I know that I'm going to have to request changes because I'm getting rid of that logo. And so I'm going to click, I'm not going to approve this. I'm going to click request change. And I'm just going to copy and paste something in here because you know that I know how to type. So we need a simple change. We're removing the logo at the bottom. Can you just remove it for us? And so I'll submit that, and I'm going to just go on and look at the other one. So these are all three of the labels that are on this ticket. And I'm just going to check this one out. That this looks good. I just need to look at the stock and finishing. And there's really nothing to do here. I know that this is correct, so I'm just going to approve that one. I'm going to go to the next one, and I'm going to look at this one. And I'm not sure about this one yet, so I'm going to zoom in and take a look, and then I'm going to approve this one. I'm actually going to go good news. This one is going to stay static for 6 to 12 months. No more proofing. So the notes don't have to be there. They could be anything. Like, we're not restricting the customer from what they can say here, but I'm going to go ahead and approve this one. And everything we do on this gets tracked in the audit log. So you can see every change that's made is tracked in the audit log. So you can always come back to check that out. So I'm just going to go back out to the one where I needed to change, and I'll go back to the request changes, and I see what happened is that the customer service person, Chandler, came in and said, hey, we'll do it. And then I see that a new revision has been updated here, and the pre-press person said, we made your requested version. So I'm going to check this out, go down here, and I see that that icon has been removed. So everything looks good, and I'm going to just approve that. So basically what we did is show you that this conversation can happen inside, and all of it's contained in here, and you can get to an agreement on artwork much faster. So I'll close this one and just go to, just to show you one more time, is so let's say Julie's like, oh, there was a question about what happened during an older proofing event. So I can just search for the job that the proofing event was involved in, and I go and I click here, and I'm like, I want to check out the audit log. So now Julie has the ability to go in and go, and specifically it was for product 236, and I can see everything that's been done, that was done, the requested changes, everything. So it's a way for you to not have to be digging through inboxes to prove that somebody requested a change and you guys printed it, and then the customer is complaining that you printed the wrong version. So that's the customer's experience of artwork approval. And really easy, one place to log in, one place to go to get agreement on artwork to get your jobs on press faster.